Hello, dear fiends of the den. We are back, and I have more controversy, more conspiracy theories, and this time it's all about Charlie Kirk's assassination and the behavior of his late wife, Erika Kirk. Now, this is not political. I disagree with almost everything Charlie Kirk said except for hello, literally. But the facts surrounding his assassination and Erika Kirk's behavior just doesn't tie in. So let's discuss. So let's just talk the facts surrounding the assassination of Charlie Kirk. There are a lot of timeline inconsistencies. So on September 10th, 2025, at 12:23 p.m. Mountain Time, at the Fountain Courtyard at Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah, with a 3006 Mauser M98 bolt action rifle on the roof of the Lucy Center, approximately 142 yards from Kirk. His life was allegedly taken by suspect Tyler Robinson. Or was it? So let's discuss this timeline that took place on September 10th, 2025. At 11:52 a.m., suspect Tyler Robinson arrives on campus. At 12 p.m., Charlie Kirk begins speaking to roughly 3,000 attendees. At 12:20 p.m., he engaged in debate with Hunter Kozak, a liberal TikTok creator. At 12:23 p.m., shots were fired and Charlie Kirk collapses. At 12:39 p.m., the FBI arrives on the scene. 1:40 p.m., Trump confirms Kirk's death publicly. And then 2 days later, on September 12th, Tyler Robinson is arrested after a tip from family. Now, this is all tied up in a neat little bow, but something's off. So here's where these inconsistencies come in. So allegedly, there are these text messages from like a Discord linking Robinson to the crime, but there's literally no timestamps on these key text messages that allegedly link him. Now, body cam footage also from an officer encountering Robinson that may be missing. So there's information out there that we don't know. And why? Why would that particular body cam footage be missing? Now, the initial university alert falsely claimed that there was a suspect in custody, but there was not until September 12th. Now, what this says is that Tyler Robinson returned to the crime scene before the arrest, and he was supposedly recovering his weapon. But the whole timeline of that is unclear. So it's not saying, is it on September 10th, 11th, 12th, because there were only 2 days between the shooting and his arrest. Now, the defense's strategy is expected to challenge digital forensics and all of these timeline gaps. And this kind of sounds like Luigi Mangione. There's no proof he actually killed that CEO of United Healthcare. Is there proof that Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk? No. My entire theory on this right now, just based on her behavior, is that Erika Kirk knew something about this, had something to do with it, and does not care. Now, why do you ask? Because she has a creepy past. So she was born in Ohio in 1988. And in 2012, she was crowned Miss Arizona, USA. And she was 17 years old. So she was a model, she was in entertainment, and then she was, I guess she pivoted, is what we could say, to all of these faith based ventures. Why? She founded a nonprofit called Everyday Heroes Like You and the Christian brand Proclaim. Now, this is the weird thing. The person who owned the Miss USA pageant was none other than Donald Trump. Okay? So she had started now after she won this pageant, before she did Everyday Heroes Like You and Proclaim, she had the Romanian Angels Project under her wing. From 2012, the year that she won Miss Arizona USA, until 2014, this was sponsorship gifts for orphans in Constanta, Romania. Her partners were the US Marines and United Hands in Romania. But there are rumors that Erika was trafficking children, Romanian children, for those 2 years. Now, it also linked her to unrelated 2001 organ trafficking scandal, but she was only 13 at the time, so she couldn't have been part of that. Maybe, we don't know, doubt it. But these Romanian officials and these charity partners confirmed no wrongdoing from her. But there was never really an investigation, nothing formal, nothing charges against her, nothing like that. But there is now a cloud hanging over her because of the way she acted when Charlie Kirk died. Call me crazy, but 11 days later, on September 21st, 2025, at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, 90,000 people filled the stadium, and there was overflow in the Desert Diamond Arena at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and it was dress in your Sunday best in red, white, and blue, and for some reason, funeral black was discouraged. Now, the Secret Service was there, DHS, level 1 designation, which is the same as like the Super Bowl. But even though it was supposed to be an American celebration and funeral black was discouraged, Erika Trump wore a pure white suit. Now, many years ago, it was the late 80s, I was cast in a high school production of The Wiz. I was only in elementary school at the time. But I don't know how I got cast. I just did. And one of the lines that my friend said, and he passed away, rest in peace, Chris. But one of the lines that he said as a munchkin, as we played this together on the stage, when we found out that the Wicked Witch of the West had died, was, "Girl, I'm going to wear white to the funeral." That was the line. She wore white to her husband's funeral and entered to fireworks and LED screens and American flags, and her hair was perfect and her makeup was perfect. It was a full glam look. Her nails were perfect. I get it. You were going to be seen by people, but she did not shed a tear. There was merch, red hats that said Kirk with MAGA branding echoes, and it's just so creepy. So Erika Kirk, Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio, RFK Jr., Pete Hegseth, Tulsi Gabbard, Donald Trump Jr., Tucker Carlson, and Stephen Miller all gave really inappropriate speeches for a funeral. And now we are where we are with everyone hating the Republicans, even the MAGA Republicans, because of the government shutdown. Now, automatically, Erika Kirk was appointed CEO and board chair of Turning Point USA, and this was just 8 days after Charlie Kirk's death. And she's vowing to carry on his mission, but she also declared, "You have no idea what you just unleashed." Meanwhile, everyone who is not into conspiracy theories has already moved on from Charlie Kirk. But to say you have no idea what you just unleashed, and then including public forgiveness of Tyler Robinson, is performative bullshit. The sad thing is they have a daughter age 3 and a son age 1. Their names are not publicly disclosed and they should not be. But she did say that her daughter is asking where daddy is, and she said he's on a work trip with Jesus so he can afford your blueberry budget. That to me is heartbreaking and sad. So I don't know if she's just putting on a public persona, like strong front, but I don't know. It seems like she's got a lot to deal with. I just would not have worn white. Now, just so you know how Charlie Kirk got in with Trump, Robert W. Kirk, who's Charlie's father, was an architect involved in Trump Tower. And his mother was a former traitor turned mental health counselor. And they were both acknowledged by Utah Governor Spencer Cox during the arrest announcement. But there was not a quiet vigil. This was politics wrapped in an evangelical fever. So she has stepped into this role of CEO. She is weaponizing, though, in some ways, her grief instead of normalizing it. But I believe that she knows way more than she's letting on, and I doubt we will ever find out. Let me know what you guys think, and thank you for joining me in the den. Don't forget, because I bring you the truth, the den has been demonetized, and it's a signal from the shadows. So if you'd like to support the dark entertainment and Rose Noir's investigations, you can do so by tipping the detective. The paypal.me link is in the bio. Again, thank you so much for joining me in the den. If you've got something to say, send me an email at welcometothedenpodcast@gmail.com.